my apartment, my everyday carry. These are all things that I initially bought on Amazon. So I curated a list of what I believe to be the best items that you can get on Amazon right now. This entire list ranges from things that I just recently bought to things that I use every day or just basic essentials that every guy needs. And upon release of this video, it should be the 10th of July. So you have until today and tomorrow to find these things on a crazy sale. So if you're watching this video upon release, I would act fast. The first thing is a handheld vacuum. And don't let the size of this thing fool you. This thing is so powerful. Not gonna lie, sometimes I tend to be a messy guy, but ever since I bought this thing, it is so easy to clean up any mess that I make. I use this on my couch for things like lint, hair, or maybe even some crumbs, which I tend to leave. And since it's handheld, you don't have to plug it into a wall. You don't have to do this crazy setup. You literally just take it out and it makes cleaning way easier. Another one of my favorite ways to use this is after I'm done shaving, especially with an electric trimmer. Usually my facial hair is gonna be all over the sink. So again, I just get this handheld vacuum and it makes it so easy to make sure that my sink is clean, because if I just left that lying around, that's disgusting. So overall, this was a great pickup. In fact, right now you could actually find this for 50% off, which is crazy because I bought this full price about a month ago. So yeah, right now is definitely a good time to buy that. All right, another great pickup for my apartment is this stone bath mat. Before I got this, anytime I got out the shower, I would just leave water everywhere, which is not only very disgusting, but a borderline hazard. I don't know what's on this thing, but this dries up water so quickly, and it makes sure that I don't get water on the floor, because not only is that one spot gonna get filled up with water, but obviously water is gonna move, it's gonna get everywhere and just leave an absolute mess. So with the stone bath mat, it keeps it all in one place, and again, just dries very quickly. In fact, I liked it so much that I ended up buying some trays for soap that I leave on both my sinks, one in the kitchen and one in the bathroom. Not only is this very functional, but I think this almost adds a touch of maturity to your place. Now it feels like things are intentional. I don't know. I just feel like this makes my place look a little bit more tidy and just makes me as a person feel a lot more put together. The next thing you should pick up is this room spray from Drift. This one I just ordered, so I don't have this in hand, but room sprays are just a small purchase that can go such a long way. First of all, I just think Drift is a goated brand in general. In fact, this is actually a sister brand to Scentbird. Not a lot of people know that, but I thought that was a cool fact. Diffusers and room sprays in general, this is going to make sure that your place always smells good. And I just think one of the best compliments that you can get in general is your place smells good. Whether you have your own apartment or just your bedroom, the smell in your place is going to be one of the first things people notice. So you should aim to make this smell as good as possible. And a room spray like this one will definitely do the trick. They actually have a few different ones. I'm probably going to pick up more, but the vanilla one is definitely the one that I went with. The next item is a Nua SPF face cream. This is yet another item that is on a hefty sale right now, which again, unfortunately, I actually bought full price about a month ago, but honestly, I don't have any complaints. This is by far the best sunscreen that I've ever tried to date. Not only does it have a really strong scale of 50 SPF, but this sunscreen doesn't have any white cast. And also one thing that I just found out is this has hyaluronic acid. So it doubles as a moisturizer, which is a perfect combination. It protects your skin from the sun, at the same time, moisturizing it, which in my opinion, just makes it one of the best items for skincare. All right, staying in the same lane as hygiene essentials, I think one thing every guy needs is a good cologne. Now, obviously colognes can get crazy expensive, but again, right now, since there's a ton of sales going on, here are some of the best colognes that I recommend. My most recent pickup was a Zara The Most Wanted Parfum. This is one of the best colognes in my entire collection. It's super mature, has notes of bourbon and vanilla, and although I love this fragrance so much, right now that it's summer, I'm probably gonna choose the next one, which is Lattafa Mahir Legacy. This is actually a dupe of Parfums de Marly Sedley, which is a cologne that is crazy expensive. And the fact that this one is only $25, I genuinely think any guy watching this video should definitely try this cologne. In fact, I wore this out recently and I got a ton of compliments using it. Now just keep in mind, a dupe isn't gonna last nearly as long as the original, but again, for $25, it's really hard to complain. And in case you're wondering, all the items are gonna be linked in the description. All right, the next item you should consider buying is Philips Hue lights. I honestly think that Philips Hue carries the entire vibe of my apartment, and that's because lighting is so important. If you want to make your space feel more cozy, more put together, and more mature, then you need good lighting. And I absolutely love Philips Hue because this connects so seamless to my iPhone and it is so customizable. So as of right now, I have 3 products from Philips Hue. My most recent one being these Philips Hue TV bars, which just makes my entire living room look so much better. I also have some Philips Hue bulbs, and then I have this Philips Hue Go lamp. Now again, I absolutely love this brand, but they so rarely go on sale. So right now that it's Prime Day, I definitely recommend getting a few things from Philips Hue to you, especially if you just want your room to look so much better. All right, the next thing is going to be an air fryer. I am not even kidding. One of my goals for July is to get an air fryer. That's just because I've been saying I was going to get one for a while. I kept forgetting. Right now that it's Prime Day, I'm definitely going to go buy one. And the fact that I've lived in this apartment for a full month now without an air fryer is crazy to me, because this makes cooking so much easier. This makes reheating food that much better, because if you ever tried to reheat food in the microwave, we all know it just doesn't taste the same, but an air fryer is going to get it as close to normal as possible, especially if you're into frozen foods. Air frying food is just significantly better. So the brand that I'm looking into is Ninja. That is definitely going to be my next purchase. One thing that I absolutely live by is protein. This is obviously very essential, not only to build muscle, but just to have a healthy body in general. And my favorite way to consume protein is with David Protein, which is currently on sale. You can find an entire case of David bars for 20% off right now. If you want some good recommendations, that cinnamon roll flavor is by far the best one. In a close second is that peanut butter one, and then third, chocolate chip. I eat one of these pretty much every single day. Again, right now that it's on sale, I'm gonna stock up, because this is just one of those things that I eat pretty much every single day. And another supplement that I use every day are electrolytes. By far the best tasting one is Santa Cruz Paleo. There's a ton of different flavors, and right now you can get these for about $22, so that's about $8 off. And considering that this has a serving size of 30, you are paying less than $1 per serving, making it one of my favorite deals. And this is also another item that rarely ever goes on sale. I'm gonna be stocking up on this one, especially considering how important these are. There are way too many guys out there who are walking around dehydrated, and the thing is, most people don't even realize taking electrolytes and drinking water is one of those things that instantly improved my life. And if you're gonna be taking any supplement, it should definitely be this one. All right, the next one is for those of you guys who stay on the computer pretty much 24/7, which is definitely something that I do. This absolutely strains your eyes. I notice it makes me more tired, and one way to prevent that is using blue light blocking glasses, especially one with an orange tint. I genuinely think these just work so much better. Now, the actual brand that I have isn't on Amazon, which is kind of for the best, because I bought this one for about $40, and I checked on Amazon, and there are some similar ones that are literally a fraction of that price. There's really no specific brand that I'm talking about, but since this is an item that I use every day and has actually made a difference in my life, again, it's just something that I highly recommend. Now, again, these are just the items that I found on Amazon, but if you want to see a list of the 10 items that I cannot live without, here's a video to show you exactly that.